Kate Middleton has always been portrayed as the polished, composed royal who quietly does her thing. But recent reports suggest that beneath the poised exterior, Kate is struggling with originality, especially when it comes to her approach to fashion. If you look closely at the way she talks about her wardrobe and brand choices, it becomes obvious that she is copying Meghan Sussex's concepts and trying to pass them off as her own. Meghan has long been recognised for using fashion as a platform, a way to amplify designers, support small businesses, and create meaningful narratives with every piece she wears. She doesn't just pick clothes, she carefully considers the impact of each choice. From earrings to dresses, Meghan consciously promotes designers who deserve attention, turning what might seem like a simple outfit into a purposeful statement. She's transparent about it, often discussing how she spends time researching brands, looking for up-and-coming designers from different territories, and using her global spotlight to give them recognition. That is a level of intentionality that has defined Meghan's approach to fashion for years. Then we see Kate Middleton's recent feature in the NY Times. Suddenly, she is portrayed as someone who loves shopping online, spends a lot of time researching brands that are meaningful, and keeps outfits until just the right moment before wearing them. She claims she isn't interested in trends and focuses instead on comfort and messaging. If you read that carefully, it's almost a carbon copy of Meghan's philosophy. Meghan talks about researching brands, supporting emerging designers, and being thoughtful about every element of what she wears. And now Kate is adopting the same talking points. The timing and phrasing are too close to be coincidental. Kate is trying to claim Meghan's concepts as her own, presenting them as if she discovered this purposeful fashion approach herself. It's not just the words that are copied, it's the entire idea. Meghan has consistently framed fashion as more than clothes, as a platform for impact. She makes a point of lifting designers who haven't had the recognition they deserve, giving them visibility on a global stage simply by choosing to wear their pieces. Kate's statements, on the other hand, focus only on herself. She talks about comfort and timing but does not mention supporting small designers or creating opportunities for those whose work is overlooked. That is a glaring omission because that's the heart of what makes Meghan's approach unique and powerful. By leaving out the advocacy angle and emphasizing only her personal experience, Kate is not only copying Meghan, but also diluting the idea, making it seem like it's all about her rather than the broader influence Meghan has cultivated. This pattern of imitation is not new. Over the years, Kate has often been accused of mirroring Meghan's choices, from wardrobe to public appearances, without giving credit or showing the original thought that Meghan has consistently demonstrated. Meghan is recognized for her thoughtful, intentional decisions, often taking risks to spotlight designers from all over the world. Kate, meanwhile, follows the same blueprint but strips it of the purpose, attempting to make it seem like she is innovating. It's a shallow mimicry, a way to appear thoughtful and contemporary without doing the work that Meghan has always done. Building genuine relationships with designers, taking time to research, and using fashion as a tool for influence. Kate's recent statements about shopping online and choosing meaningful brands feel especially hollow in comparison. Meghan speaks about her work from experience, how she actively seeks out designers, studies their work, and gives them visibility. She uses her position to make a difference, to ensure that small and emerging talents are seen and celebrated. Kate, on the other hand, has never been recognized for this kind of impact. Her approach is presented as introspective and considered, but in reality, it's recycled. By echoing Meghan's words and ideas, Kate tries to associate herself with an ethos she did not originate. She wants to appear purposeful, thoughtful, and forward-thinking, but all she is doing is borrowing Meghan's concepts and attempting to make them her own. This attempt at appropriation is particularly noticeable because Meghan has been vocal and transparent about her process. She doesn't hide the reasoning behind her choices. She explains how every element matters and how fashion can be a force for good. Meghan's statements reveal a deep understanding of the influence she carries and the responsibility that comes with it. Kate, on the other hand, frames her wardrobe choices in vague terms: comfort, messaging, and just the right moment. There's no acknowledgement of the wider impact of her decisions, no mention of supporting designers, no advocacy. It's essentially the shell of Meghan's philosophy, stripped of substance, rebranded as Kate's own. The striking thing is that this isn't subtle. The similarities are clear to anyone familiar with Meghan's approach. From the phrasing about researching brands to the emphasis on meaningful choices, Kate's statements echo Meghan's. This isn't inspiration, it's imitation. And by imitating without adding original insight or acknowledging the work Meghan has done, Kate undermines the authenticity of her own narrative. She positions herself as thoughtful and principled in fashion, yet the originality and depth that Meghan has cultivated over years are entirely absent. The message is simple. Kate wants the credit without doing the work. What makes this situation even more apparent is the difference in public perception. Meghan's choices are celebrated because they are clearly intentional, grounded in advocacy, and executed with purpose. People see that when Meghan wears a designer, it is part of a broader story of support, visibility, and influence. Kate, meanwhile, presents a similar framework: meaningful brands, researching online, keeping looks for the right moment, but without the substance behind it. It reads as performative rather than authentic, as if she studied Meghan's approach and decided to emulate it for appearances. The lack of original thought makes the imitation obvious to those who follow royal fashion narratives closely. It's not just about clothing, it's about messaging and influence. Meghan has transformed fashion into a vehicle for empowerment and visibility. Kate's mimicry, by contrast, reduces it to a personal hobby, a way to appear sophisticated without the genuine impact. This is the difference between a leader in influence and someone trying to ride the coattails of that leadership. Kate's statements are not accidental. They are crafted to convey depth and thoughtfulness, yet they are lifted from Meghan's approach, stripped of meaning, and presented as her own. It's a clear example of someone trying to claim credit for someone else's philosophy. Ultimately, the pattern is undeniable. Meghan Sussex has consistently set the standard for thoughtful, purposeful fashion, researching designers, amplifying voices that would otherwise go unheard, and using her wardrobe as a tool for influence. Kate Middleton, on the other hand, has begun to echo Meghan's talking points, adopting her language and framing Meghan's intentionality as her own. By focusing on comfort, timing, and personal enjoyment while ignoring the advocacy element, Kate presents a diluted version of Meghan's concept. The public can clearly see the resemblance, and it raises questions about originality and authenticity in Kate's approach. Kate's mimicry sends a message. Rather than innovating or creating her own philosophy, she is attempting to appropriate Meghan's work, repackage it, and pass it off as a unique insight. The strategy is transparent, and the contrast between Meghan's meaningful, deliberate actions and Kate's recycled talking points is stark. Meghan's philosophy is rooted in action and impact. Kate's is rooted in imitation. Anyone paying attention can see that what Kate presents as personal depth is really just borrowed ideas, lacking the substance and authenticity that Meghan has always maintained. In the world of fashion influence, originality matters. Meghan Sussex has demonstrated that thoughtfully chosen pieces can do more than elevate a wardrobe. They can amplify voices, support communities, and create meaningful narratives. Kate Middleton, by mimicking these ideas and framing them as her own, misses the point entirely. Her words echo Meghan's philosophy without embodying it, presenting a hollow imitation that cannot match the authenticity of the original. In trying to claim credit for Meghan's approach, Kate exposes herself as someone who copies rather than innovates, someone who seeks recognition without doing the groundwork, influence without the impact, and credit without the substance. In conclusion, there is no denying it. Kate Middleton is copying Meghan Sussex. She is borrowing Meghan's philosophy on fashion, recycling her talking points and attempting to present them as her own. While Meghan uses her wardrobe intentionally to support designers and amplify voices, Kate focuses only on comfort, timing, and personal enjoyment. It is a shallow imitation, a clear attempt to steal ideas and claim originality. Meghan's thoughtful, purposeful approach continues to stand out as authentic and impactful, while Kate's mimicry highlights a lack of originality and depth. Kate wants the credit for a concept that isn't hers, and in doing so, she only emphasizes the stark difference between genuine influence and borrowed ideas.